happy Monday to you all. Canterbury Live on Monday the 26th of January. I hope you had a great weekend. There wasn't too many cover seal mistakes. I know how that can be, and all the children will be back probably this week. And the weekend, I actually took my boys away. We went to Hanmer Springs. There we are, down by the river. We went quad biking. It was really wonderful. It was a great time for us. They thought it was pretty cool. Mum was out there. But also would like to say that obviously safety is a big thing, and unfortunately, yes, there was a young girl, 6-year-old girl, that was killed over the weekend quad biking. So of all the fun that it is, obviously you need to be very, very safe. Now, on today's show, really cool, we're catching up with Anna Harding from Pure Beauty in Wood End, and we're talking wax on, wax off. So all those myths, she's going to kill them today about what to do with waxing and what not to do. Yes, what not to do. We catch up with Mark from Stable Pharmacy, giving us some more advice about our inner health and well-being for 2015. And Nigel Humphrey joins us from the Pleasant Point Yacht Club. But first up, I'm really excited. It is a big year for Nicola Freya. 2015 is her year with Nourish. Nicola, how excited are you?
Yeah, very excited. It's going to be a very big year, hopefully.
Well, let's talk about Nourish. I mean,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So tell us about what is Nourish? How was it born?
So Nourish really came about because I love cooking, I love food and health and nutrition, but to get those things going together, of course, you've got to get, the food needs to be eaten, so it's got to be delicious, you've got to enjoy the actual experience, you've got to be with people that you enjoy eating with. So it's all about getting that balance, and you know my background is in nutrition, that sort of thing, but we're not going too heavy on that sort of thing. It's about getting the balance. You treat foods as part of a balanced diet, so is exercise as part of a balanced life, so it's just about getting that balance and enjoying the experience of food. Yeah.
Yes, because it's very exciting. So every week on a Monday, Nicola will join me to open the show each Monday, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about nutrition and about the food. But then on Tuesday, so tomorrow, we'll be in Nicola's kitchen and to be cooking up a storm for us.
Yes, well that's it. So that will start next week.
Yeah.
But yes, every Tuesday from next week on, we will be cooking.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's so good. Now let's talk about 1st of February, because that is D-Day then for Nourish, isn't it? So what's going to happen on the 1st of February?
So 1st of February we'll be launching our website, and we're also set up to have a Facebook page, an Instagram page, and we're going to have a YouTube channel. We will be screening these interviews and the cooking shows also. So there's lots of things happening, and yes, all sorts of things happening throughout the year as well. So yeah, it's
good, isn't
great.
it?
Yeah.
Now, very exciting, wine and food matching. We all hear about it. It's very popular.
Yes.
What are you doing?
We've teamed up with a local vineyard, one of the Whiteborough vineyards, the Crater Rim, and every month we're going to be having a food and wine match with them. So they're going to pick one of their delicious wines, and Nourish are going to design a lovely meal or some sort of dish to go with that wine, and we're going to demonstrate that once a month on the show, and we're planning to be taking some of that filming out at the actual vineyard and in the winery, so be able to see different parts of a winemaking sort of experience that you might not normally get to see, which would be really neat.
Which is neat, isn't it?
Yeah.
And apart from that, going out into the beautiful Whiteborough, which is just stunning.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy that. That's going to be great.
I'm sure the camera will as well. They'll be having you rostered on as well. So why did you decide to do this then?
Well, I think we just really enjoy eating, and we enjoy spending time with family and friends and doing that sort of thing, and I think most New Zealanders do. Yeah. So well, you know, let's get into this a bit more and look at sharing ideas with people that we can, all sorts of recipes, all sorts of ways to celebrate food and that sort of thing, and set up some sort of way of getting that information out.
Well, information is one vehicle you'll be using is workshops, which sounds fantastic.
Yeah. We've done a little bit of work with caterers, and because of course they're the ones who feed so many of us New Zealanders in schools and all sorts of different places, and they're keen also to sort of make sure that they're giving the best food they can to their clients. So that's one area that we've done a bit of work with, and we're also looking into some work with workplaces and looking at employees, what they would like to know about health and nutrition, that sort of thing, and where we might be able to sort of work with them in that area too.
So you talked about the Facebook and that. Blogging is quite popular now, isn't it, Nicola?
Yes, yeah.
And so you're going to be there to assist people through their journey potentially?
Yes, we're going to have a monthly blog just to pick up on the latest issues. Like at the moment, it's such a big thing. Every week there seems to be a new diet, a new way of eating, yeah. And it's such a big thing to sort of go on to the next idea. But then once you're finished doing that, then what do you go back to? So that's one really big thing for me, and that's what the first blog will be about. You know, it's really more about getting a lifestyle that can have ups and downs and have parties and have healthy food and, you know, all sorts, and getting the balance right rather than start a diet, stop a diet, that sort of thing. So that'll be my challenge for the first blog.
Well, nourish sounds like it's actually nourishing our soul.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I love the word because it means so much. It's not just food. It is to me. It is that experience, like we were saying, and the experience of food is so much more than just eating and swallowing and getting the nutrition to your body, which is massively important.
Yeah.
But you know, the well-being we get, the good feelings we get of sharing those times, you know, that's all part of your health and well-being as well. So. Yeah. Okay.
So tell us about the cooking when we come out to your kitchen. What are some of the dishes? It's going to be a bit different than, of course, the cooking in schools and families.
Yes.
So,
yes.
You know, where do you go for the ideas?
Yeah, well, this time, for instance, the first couple of ones we're doing with the Crater Rim, we've done a lovely roast pork dinner with a Pinot Noir, and we've done a Thai beef salad with a Riesling, which I can see myself sitting down to a sunny day lunch with that one. And then we've done some ideas for getting back to school lunches, things like that. So some sort of more complex ideas, some easier ones, and just sometimes it'll just be cooking tips and ideas to save money or use leftovers, things like that, just all sorts of different things.
Well, congratulations, Nicola. It's fantastic. I can't wait to catch up with you next Monday.
Yes.
D-Day, 1st of February.
Thanks.
Okay, take care. Now stay with us. We're heading out onto the water. Some great shots out in the water. Nigel's just giving a bit of stick there. Apparently I'm camouflaged into the seat. You know, we'd left over fabric. We thought it'd make me a suit out of it.
Not quite the same.
Not quite the same. How are you, Nigel? Of course, you're the publicity officer for the Pleasant Point Yacht Club.
Correct, yeah.
How's things going? A beautiful summer out there.
It is. It's a lovely summer, although some of the wind has played havoc with our program. You know, you get blown off the water a wee bit, but no, it's great as far as temperature is concerned. It's good.
Well, the wind is your friend and it's your foe, isn't it?
That's right, yes, harnessing this invisible force.
OK, so what's happening this weekend?
Well, this weekend, Saturday the 31st at 3 p.m, we have an open day for the club. It's part of a national open day that Yachting New Zealand has organised countrywide called the Volvo Sailing and Boating Day. And the yacht clubs around the country are joining in to actually open their places to the people, the public, to come along and have a look, talk about sailing, see whether they like the idea, how they can get into it, what they need to do, etc. And Pleasant Point is doing this at 3 p.m. on Saturday the 31st. Brilliant. We'll run for about 2 or 3 hours. We hope to get people on the water and show them a bit about sailing.
Is yachting for the whole family?
Absolutely, yes. We've got youngsters. Generally, you might start with a kid that's about 7 years old, 8 years old. But we've had chaps sailing. In fact, we've got a life member sailing at the moment. He's well into his 70s.
Great, because yachting does start at school as well, doesn't it? A lot of children are getting into yachting at
yes,
quite an age.
Some of the schools use it as an outdoor experience, and that allows the kids to dip their toes in the water, so to speak, first up. And it does require the child to you know, feel like they like to do it. I mean, a lot of kids during school experiment with lots of things. But we've got a group, we had a group yesterday out, about 5 or 6 learn to sail kids, enjoying the weather and enjoying the coaching.
Oh, how neat. So where do we find, this is always makes me smile, where do we find the Pleasant Point Yacht Club?
Not out of Timaru, as we said last time.
Not at all.
No, Pleasant Point Yacht Club is now situated in the South Brighton Park. Of course, originally we were over on the other side of the river, alongside the South Brighton Bridge, but we were destroyed in the 2010 earthquake. And we got an opportunity to move into the park 2 years ago. Right. And so September 2013...
There we are there, Nigel.
That's right. That's the building being destroyed or brought down. All that was cleared away. And now if you look at that site, it is just covered in water. And now we're looking back towards South Brighton Domain, the jetty in the foreground, and boats tied up against the jetty. And that's a shot from a race just before Christmas.
So how long have you been running then, the Pleasant Point Yacht Club?
Well, it started in 1921, actually not far from where we are now. Pleasant Point Yacht Club was named after the Pleasant Point Domain, which was the original name for a portion of land in the South Brighton Park before it became the South Brighton Park. It was the Pleasant Point Domain. Took their name from that, started in 1921 there. By 1929, they had shifted across the river to that area just beside the South Brighton Bridge. And they built probably 4 or 5 clubs over that time, clubhouses, and built up all the land. But of course, because volunteers built up all the land, it wasn't geotechnically very clever.
Right, okay.
And so Mother Nature wrought havoc on September 14, and then finally by June 2011 we were being demolished. That land just went to porridge, and it is now completely cleared, and it's awash at every high tide. So the South Brighton Park is an ideal position because it's a recreational reserve, and the council has allowed us to occupy that at the moment with 5 containers, but we're in the process of doing geotech work and planning for a new clubhouse to be built there.
Very exciting. So let's recap for this weekend. So on Saturday the 31st of January.
Correct.
At 3 o'clock.
Yes, from 3 for about 2 or 3 hours.
What do we bring with us, Nigel?
Okay, if people want to get on the water, they really do need to bring some shoes down. They're quite happy to get wet because we're launching off a beach. Probably better in shorts than skirts or long trousers unless they want to roll them up. We will have some trailer yachts on the water. That was the last shot we saw there, which was a larger boat, a 6-metre trailer yacht. So that can get, you know, a family out on board, or we can have some dinghies where people are going to get out and really have to work the boat themselves. Yeah.
Okay, it's great. Well, good luck for this Saturday.
Thank you.
And if maybe we've attempted to do a little bit, head on out to the Pleasant Point Yacht Club and have a taste of yachting. What a wonderful way to spend an afternoon. Stay with us after the break. It's Mark from Stable Pharmacy.
I'm selling my home with Gavin Top of Harvey's because I know he'll get me the best possible price. Gavin even guarantees it. His buyer's price declaration guarantee gives me confidence knowing I'll get the best possible price for my house. I know I can trust him because he listens to what I want to achieve and goes the extra mile to get great results. If you want to get Gavin's highest possible price guarantee like I am, give him a call or take a look at his website and he'll get you sold.
Our new companion package is a personalised service for those that need extra help and support. A cost-effective solution for someone who needs more than just a taxi driver. Our drivers are handpicked from our experienced team and specialise in providing the right support and companionship. Home safe every time with Blue Star Taxis.
Welcome to Caltex Redwood. We're a family-owned business proudly supporting our local community. We're open 24/7 for fuel and shop goods, and we have an amazing team of people ready to help you. Save at least 6 cents per litre using AA Smart Fuel cards. We also offer great value on our LPG bottle fills. We have a full workshop and Bridgestone Tyre Centre. Our mechanics and tyre technicians will get your car sorted. Caltex Redwood. We're just down from St Bede's on Main North Road. Caltex Redwood. What drives you?
Well, we do sometimes buy with our eye, and if that's the case, then I dare say we'll all be going down to Staywell Pharmacy. Mark, how are you?
I'm really well. Great to be here.
I'm very impressed by all this packaging. Nothing boring about pharmaceutical products, is there?
No, absolutely. Before we get started on the range, Andrew, I thought I'd just talk about antioxidants because we hear this all the time. You know, free radicals, and which of course are not necessarily people protesting in the street, but about they're anti-rust basically. So if you've got a piece of fruit, when it's on the tree, it's producing its own antioxidants, so it's not going to rot. And in fact, the fresher the fruit, the higher the antioxidant content, the less likely it is to rot. But what I think a lot of people find when you go to the supermarket, your foods are actually really cold because they keep them in the freezer or the fridge to stop those antioxidants disappearing. But once you stick them on your kitchen bench, you find they begin to go off really quickly, especially those big bunches of oranges or apples.
Yes, true.
They suddenly 2 days later they're going off. And this is because their antioxidant content is got low. And it's the same with human beings. So we produce our own antioxidants. We make, for instance, a thing called coenzyme Q10. But there are some that we don't make, vitamin C for one. So it's why it's an essential vitamin. We don't make it ourselves. We're one of only a couple of organisms that don't make it, and that's why we need to take it. Now, a friend of mine, Greg Jardine, he's a biochemist, and he decided he wanted to make the healthiest red wine he could. So he filled it full of antioxidants and became known as Dr. Red.
Right.
He then became interested in the Mediterranean and Asian diet, which he coined Mediterranean, and looked at why
Sounds good.
Yeah, why these
I'm liking this diet so far.
why these populations don't get cancer. And so he looked at their diets and he produced a product called Ginger Punch, which is the one right in the front there, the GP. And they tested that in laboratory, and in the laboratory it killed 100% of all 3 forms of bladder and prostate cancer. Now, the independent scientist that was doing the test was so stunned, because cordial doesn't kill cancer, that he redid the test, and sure enough, same result. That's in the laboratory though.
Yeah.
They then changed a couple of the ingredients up and produced the Ginger Punch prostate formula, the GPPF. Found it was 3 times as potent as the original formula. Somebody then said, hey look Greg, not everyone likes ginger beer, so he took out the ginger juice, because if you put these others with soda water, they taste like ginger beer. Took the ginger juice out, produced, put elderberry, blueberry and raspberry extract in there, the blueberry punch, and the BP ×2, there's 16 times the original potency. He didn't stop there though, he went on and looked at why green tea and spearmint blend, the Spearol tea there, they thought that was going to be really awesome, but when that hit the New Zealand market on breakfast TV some years ago, people drinking 6 cups a day found they started experiencing weight loss. And we had 300 phone calls in 2 days about people wanting this tea because everyone wants to lose weight.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, if you just drink green tea by itself, you don't seem to get that effect. So
the weight loss was a byproduct
of drinking the tea.
It's not a bad byproduct,
No.
is it?
So he then became interested in the antioxidants found in wine, particularly, you know, you've heard of resveratrol, which is this powerful wine antioxidant. So, but there were some other antioxidants in there, and he wasn't quite sure why they were there. And so he did some experimentation with the oak barrels that you store the wine in, and through a patented process brought out these things called modified polyphenols. And he then attached them to tea. And so now we've got the Spearol tea and the lemon and lime, so there's a ginger tea and they have the MP, which is modified polyphenols. And these are something like 50 times the potency of the original.
Wow.
And then from there, he's formed, Greg Jardine and his wife have now formed their own pharmaceutical company, Jardine Pharmaceuticals, and produced the Polypill. Now, they've called it Polypill because so far they've tested it for its usefulness in reducing blood pressure, reducing cholesterol, and obviously the joint one for joint pain. Because being antioxidant, they're also anti-inflammatory. And so this has meant that people who suffer with these conditions, particularly those who are already suffering with pain and they are already taking everything they possibly can, this is going to allow them an extra option. Now, of course, being antioxidant, they have blood thinning effects, so people on warfarin should be careful. But ultimately, it's a great way 2 to 3 times a day to take the capsule, either instead of or addition to what they're already taking. See what the results are after a couple of months.
It's fantastic.
And they're looking after their antioxidant profile as well, so you're getting more bang for your buck.
Not a bad mate to have, is he, old Dr. Red?
Absolutely.
Mark? We'll see you next week. That's great. So make sure you head to Staywell Pharmacy and chat with the team, 27 Shands Road in Hornby. Phone 0508 Staywell or 03 8785. Great website, staywell.co.nz. Wow, looking after herself, that could be waxing. Anna Harding joins me after the break.
Love music? Love summer? Then Ingham Lazy Sundays in the beautiful Botanic Gardens archery lawn is just the thing to get you enjoying the outdoors this summer. Every Sunday through January and February, and it's all free. So take time to recharge with family and friends, relaxing and listening to some great music from top musicians. View the lineup at summertimes.co.nz today. Ingham Lazy Sundays, putting summer into your Sundays.
Avoid the monkeys when it comes to relocating. Trust A1 Movers, a family business since 1993 that guarantees a professional job every time. We carefully handle and wrap your valued items, ensuring they have a safe journey. Secure storage and insurance options are also available.
A1 Movers, the careful, caring moving company.
Oi!
We all know the best thing you can do for your body is eat fresh foods in their natural state. The same applies to your skincare. Southern Skin provides a skincare range with fresh, locally sourced ingredients, plus natural preservatives and emulsifiers to produce the best nourishment for your skin to unleash your healthiest complexion. New Zealand olive and aloe skincare for young or old, men, women and children. There is a product in the Southern Skin range for you. southernskin.co.nz.
Wow, wax on and wax off. Yes, that famous line out of Karate Kid, but I don't think he was doing much of the beauty side of it.
No.
A beauty joining me now, Anna Harding from
Hello.
Pure Hair and Beauty in Wood End.
Yes.
How's it going?
Good.
Now, apologies, we're supposed to announce the winner. Some winners out there for your spray tan, but we've had a bit of a hiccup this morning, so we'll announce it tomorrow on the show. So don't worry, you're still in the drawer. We just haven't drawn it. My sidekick is away today. But anyway, let's get to it. Waxing. Bleaching was a big thing that girls used to do.
Yeah.
Was.
Yeah, not so much now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I certainly don't do. I pretty much don't do any bleaching now. It's definitely all waxing. So I don't know where it changed, but I think waxing's just easier. It's gone. The hair grows back thinner if you wax, you know, rather than shaving and things like that. It will start growing back thinner and thinner and thinner, whereas, you know, bleaching, you still have the hair there, and in some sunlights it's still visible. So
you'll have your regular clients then?
Yeah.
Because you obviously have to keep the upkeep.
Yeah.
Upkeep keeps the big thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
definitely. Yeah, you need to keep on top of it. Everyone's hair cycle is different, so it's always about a 4 to 6 week kind of time between.
Okay, I'm going to say the B word, and it's nothing rude. Brazilian.
Yeah.
Now, for those that named, we giggle and so forth about Brazilian. What is a Brazilian?
So a Brazilian is completely off.
So no hair at all?
No, I mean, unless some people, but not so much these days, might have a wee strip left, but all off. So there's your bikini wax, which is just the sides, and now Brazilian is completely off, and it's far more common. And yeah, I do way more Brazilians than bikini waxes now, but that's changed as well.
The pain factor. Does it hurt?
Yes, very. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
It does hurt, but as I said before, the more you do it, the less painful it gets, because the hair does grow back thinner and a little bit more patchy in areas. So it is getting less painful. Some people take a Panadol half an hour before they come.
Oh yeah? Yeah, just to numb up a bit.
Yeah, and I think that helps. So yeah, definitely painful though.
Oh, definitely painful. That's good though. At least you're not hiding it. Like,
no, I
certainly
no. I do warn people.
And it's cool that's more popular. How about facial hair? Because unfortunately some women...
Yeah, and that is very common. It's part of, you know, ageing. So no woman should be embarrassed about it. They should hopefully have someone honest enough around them to say, you need to get just have a wee wax, you know? And I do so much facial waxing, and it's easy, it's not that painful, it's not that expensive, and it is a must for, you know, women shouldn't probably have hair. Yeah. You know, it's embarrassing for them, and yeah.
And you must find when say you do have a candidate that comes through the door, they must be just walking on air when they walk out about how they feel about themselves.
Yeah, oh, they absolutely. They feel a lot. You can feel more confident. You don't have to feel embarrassed. You can look people in the eye without, you know.
You're right though. Some people might be hiding themselves in the eye contact.
And
they lose their eye contact.
It's easily done. It's so easily done, and you just have to keep it up, and it's not a problem.
Yes, you talked about embarrassment. That must be a key driver why people don't actually entertain the idea of waxing. Is that right?
Absolutely, and which they should definitely not feel embarrassed, because I do it every day, but definitely would be a huge thing holding them back from coming in and actually doing it, probably just in denial.
Yeah, in denial. Embrace the wax.
Yeah.
What age can you start waxing from?
Depending on the area. Like I do younger girls now, leg waxing, because their mothers prefer they get waxing rather than shaving, which is completely logical, because you don't want to be cutting or making your hair grow back thicker. You may as well start from the start and have it grow back thinner. So the youngest would probably be starting in about year 12. 12 years old, year 8. So,
okay, and thanks to Anna, she's actually going to offer to one of you lucky viewers out there a free wax, whatever you want.
Yes.
So we've given you a few things you could get waxed, so it'll be up to you what you do get waxed. You don't have to send us any photos at all. Believe me, we don't want any photos. You just have to simply go and call us on 033 777 033 or email us. See you next week, Anna. Take care.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.